one of the things I consider a blister in open relationships is the fact that you actually become, permit me to use these terms, unstable as the waters. And this is why I say it. Because you talked about rules and boundaries that are defined by the people in the relationship. And while like I said, the first two people may feel we are the core, we are the center, but the other people, because you have not said it is only one partner, unless you're going to say it has to be only one person. Are you going to say the limit is 5 or the limit is 2? Each person can have 2 more. Or do you understand? Because the person you are joining to yourself, are you going to tell the person you must be fully committed to me when you are not fully committed to them? And if you are not fully committed to them, how do you prevent that person from bringing the extra person? Do you understand? So at the end of the day, you have multiple parties having multiple contracts, multiple conditions, terms, multiple boundaries, and so on that they have defined for their two and their open. So what happens? You are involved. With this one, we are supposed to go to Kano. With the other one, we are supposed to remain in Akwa Ibom State. What is going to happen? Do you understand? So you're pulled in this direction and that. This other person has a vision of let's live life, let's enjoy our money, let's spend it once we get it. And the other person is saying, let's build, let's conserve, do you understand? You have all these pulls, you're pulled left, right, and center. So for that reason, I say that if you go into an open relationship, you are actually going to introduce a lot of instability into your life, right? Because you are practically making yourself unstable as the waters just because there are so many people pulling you in different directions. So you have too many stakeholders, and if you are trying to impress all of them, you're being pulled in different directions. If you say I'm going to be true to one person, and then the other people can sort themselves out, you're going to have one relationship that is okay, and then tension on all the other places. So really, what are you looking for? Please, if somebody opposes the motion that I have just raised that you have instability when you do open relationship, please tell me what your view is.
Well, let me welcome myself to the show. Okay, let me welcome myself to the show and let us talk this thing. The way it is, right?
Why are you leaning in that direction? As if you're very happy.
See, I hear what you're saying, and there was somebody that said somewhere in the comments that everybody chooses the relationship that is right for them. So I will wager that some people will take you up to say you are trying to impose the relationship that is right for you on every other person. So it is a case of live and let live. That's Ubuntu. Live and let live.
Exactly. That is why.
So the person that is polyamorous, I wish that person would that made that statement because I have a little experience with polyamorous relationship, part of my case study. Person that is polyamorous, right? What he is looking for may just be peace of mind. It may be friends with benefits, i.e., I don't have to worry about the commitment of the entanglement or the shackles that being committed to one person gives. But I can enjoy the benefits of several people without the entanglement of being tied to one person. So I'm getting everything I want without having to give everything I am.
But that is completely, how should I put it? When somebody, that's wishful thinking. Because everybody, whether you like it or not, comes with their bag of tricks plus their bag of rubbish. So whether you like it or not, you will have issues with each person. And you will have entanglements. You cannot expect that it's only this first partner who I wasn't completely satisfied with that is giving you trouble. And because of that, you now go to the other partners and you expect that the other partners will obey you 100%, do your bidding 100%. Never try something that is foreign or that you don't completely agree with. Do you understand? That will now bring about a need for you to like resolve an issue, solve a problem, come to a compromise and stuff. So you will end up replicating or multiplying the complexity in your life. Because with this one you have wahala, this one will bring his own, this one will bring his own, and it's everywhere. So you have times 5 if you choose to have 5 people in your open relationship.
So I will support you now. This is good.
Okay.
Because when you ask to do it, just one human being is complex enough. One human being is complex. Is a lot of.
It's a complexity.
It's a complexity. Now let alone bringing in 1, 2, 3, 4. And the number continues. If you look at it critically, you will see that the negative outcome outweighs the positive. Well, why would you want to? Why would you wait now?
Okay.
Why would you not say that?
Let's read this comment from Ruth.
Okay.
Ruth, is it Ruth? Yeah, I think it's April. April says, I believe in the right sense of an open relationship, the additional party doesn't become involved in the primary or main relationship at all.
Right.
Compared to another type. I think it's called polyamorous relationship. So he's saying that in his own right sense of the open relationship, you don't really have those complexities because you are in a main relationship with one person and the other person is just offering something the relationship doesn't have. I'll give you an example. And this is from a married couple. They've been married for a while, but their marriage has gotten stale, right? As far there's no excitement, they are almost like roommates right now. Do you understand? So even the sex is not exciting. Do you understand? Because they've been together for such a while. Do you understand? And one person feels like I'm okay with this relationship the way it is going, but the other person feels like I'm not satisfied sexually, right? And he said, okay, can we have sex with other people? Do you understand? So that we are still in a marriage together, we are committed to each other, we love each other actually, but sex is just not working. So can I have another relationship that satisfies that need while we still stay in this our married relationship for all the other needs?
And then that is when you are assuming. So this is it. The funny part is how people can be so funny. How people can feel that when I enter this other relationship, that person will suspend all their needs and align 100% with my needs. All I am looking for is to get some excitement in sex, and the person will come and give me just that and go. Meanwhile, that person is also a human being that also has mind, brain, emotions, desires, and will say, if I am in this relationship, you give me something, I give you something. You get something, I get something. So it definitely is not going to be strictly about what you want. So conflict will come. You will have issues to resolve. The communication you were running away from that you said, oh, I can't, it will take too much for me to try to communicate all that I'm looking for. Now you have to communicate there with that one and come and communicate with this new one. And it is going to bring about what? Complexity, instability, entanglement. Then somebody will now, in some cases, somebody will now get pregnant and we have to go and do paternity test to know who is the father. And then it now turns out the father is the one outside, not the one in the core relationship. Do we now bring him to come and live in the house with us because he says, I want to participate in the life of my child, even though I know that you are married to this other person, but I want to be there to watch him take his steps in life. When he starts working, I want to be there. I want to be involved in changing diapers and everything. I want to be a present father. Were you planning for that?
No,
wait.
Okay.
My point is, I think the open relationship is so okay. There is the rules and regulations part of it. The rules and regulations attached to an open relationship.
Yeah.
There is the complexity of humans on the other. Do you understand? Now, if you read that comment that
Ephraim also.
Ephraim it says in the right sense.
Yes.
Now, there are no general accepted rules for open relationship. Okay?
Okay.
It is no, that's not. It is based on the people involved. Okay? There are open relationships that have the rule of, okay, for instance, let's use the example he gave to married people who are not satisfied sexually in the marriage. Okay, but they are saying, okay, let's try this. You go sleep with this person, you go sleep with they probably will have a rule that says, okay, these are the terms and conditions for this.
Example, don't become emotionally involved.
That is where the complexity now comes.
So this is the part where I will bring in the concept, right? To say something you guys have said through the course of the show, and I've listened and from the backside, and I've just listened to the fact that it seems like regular relationships have both written and unwritten rules. Now, this open relationship is almost as if the rules are defined by the parties involved. There are no generally accepted rules of open relationship, isn't it? So the rules are defined by the people inside. So that means if the open relationship will work, it is dependent on whether the people inside. So the question I'm really asking is, are you saying that open relationship can work depending on whether the people inside, clearly are able to follow the rules clearly? Or is it that it doesn't matter what rules they make, the open relationship may satisfy them to an extent, but ultimately has a collapse in the future, a predictable collapse?
Some people could not follow the rules of the normal relationship. What are the odds that they will to follow the rules of the irregular relationship? That's a question. It's a question, though. So if you are normally a person who just wants to go with how I feel right now, and then you move into multiple relationships, and the way this person makes you feel is different from the way that person makes you feel, different from the way that person makes you feel. At the end of the day, won't you even be confused as an individual because you don't even know what to stand for again? This thing looks very simple, but it's very complex. It looks like something that will lead people to a very confusing future. Well, let me continue because today I am opposing the motion.
Wow.
So I am putting on my debate cap and I am bringing more points. So if you want to defend open relationship, please be bringing your points too.
Yes, hold on. Before you bring your opposition motion, King David said, let's keep an open mind discussing other people's opinion on this. Exactly. Thank you, David, because I am on the other side of the divide.
Yes,
of your thinking position. King David, please bring strong points to support me on the panel. You understand? So that because I've given some points and they are trying to calculate. That's why I asked the question. So King David, please help your guy out. Help your guy.
I said if you oppose, whatever your view is, share your points here, and we are reading everybody's comments so that we can have an objective view on the subject, right? So please feel free. And I said also, if you feel so strongly and you want to come and talk live because you have plenty, just say it. The link will be shared with you. So something I'm thinking about this open relationship is the risk of breach of privacy. You know that there's a way that you get married to somebody and my information is safe with this person. My secret is safe with this person. My matter is within this marriage. It is the two of us. And you manage yourselves between the two of you. Now you bring a third party who is likely going to have a fourth party, who probably will have a fifth party. And you are no longer, it's like there's a back door that is open. What happens to your privacy? That is something that I feel people are not considering. What happens to your privacy? Your information. You know how people just tend to talk when they're in those moments? Because, I feel that people who want to, I want to get to that guy. I can't reach him, but I need crucial information from about him. I am going to go and pretend and date the fifth person on the queue. Who will help me get information from number 4, from number 3, and eventually I have the information that I need to hurt or harm this person without even getting close. I just needed to connect myself in the chain that links back to the person. So look at it. What happens to your privacy? Look at it again. What happens to your resources? Imagine some rich dude thinking that I have my money, I'm taking care of myself and my wife, and you're thinking we are in this relationship together, we are the core. Then your wife falls in love with some other guy who is broke but just knows how to satisfy her sexually. Remember, it's her needs. You are supplying money. This other person will supply sex, but the dude is broke. And then because she loves him so much, because he meets her needs, she now decides to siphon some of your money to the broke guy because she has to level him up so that he can look the part and everything. Did you sign up for that when you were going into the relationship? That's not a problem.
That is cheating.
That would be a breach of contract.
No, that's cheating.
Yes.
The husband does not know. That's why the open relationship is both of them knowing. Do you understand? The husband agrees, the wife agrees that okay, in this scenario, the woman is not getting sexual satisfaction. She comes and tells the husband, Oga, you are not satisfying me sexually. The husband, on the other hand, agrees for whatever stupid reasons. That okay, since I'm not satisfying you, thou can go. But here are terms and conditions. Now, don't forget the fact that terms and conditions can be rigid. It can get to the point where it involves a lawyer. Okay, sign it.
Then I got the daughter.
Yes. These are boundaries and limits of this thing. You understand? So it can be rigid.
So let me ask you a question. The people who are now signing with this particular lawyer that the terms and conditions are rigid, did they not also sign marriage? If they could not keep their original contracts, why are you so sure that they will keep this other one?
David, please, if you're still please help the brother out. David, help the brother out. Uti said, I think open relationship is really a bad idea because it opens the room for bigger problems in the relationship. Queen Debbie said, how do people do this open relationship, especially if the person's A to Z is abroad?
Okay, all right. So we are quarter past the hour, and I'll just say these last ones.
Yeah,
you still have to.
Yeah, sorry, quarter past the hour because of the technical difficulties
we had
at the beginning. Yeah. So you want to?
I just want to include in my final points on this, and I won't really have time to break it down, but I'll just say it. You still have to make time for each partner in that relationship. The way you fix meeting for your office activities and your business deals, how you have a calendar to set up meetings, open relationship advice, the people who speak to support it, say you have to be meticulous enough to have a calendar to accommodate your multiple partners, so that you know when you're going to A's house, when you're going to B's house, which night you're spending in your own home with your spouse, and so on and so forth. So think about that and think of the complexity associated. Also, that you still require a lot of work to meet their own needs. Like I said, each person comes with a need, and you will have to deal with jealousy on a constant basis, more often than not, right? Because you now have multiple people, and each person, whether you like it or not, we are humans, will be thinking, who is the most important person to you? Is it me or him? And so on and so forth. And that is an ongoing conversation that you will be having. So if you have enough emotional stamina to withstand that, and if you have enough administrative will and the strength and all of that to be doing multiple locations, sleep here today, sleep there tomorrow, maintain wardrobes in different houses so that you don't forget your shoe in this place, and then you're stranded in the morning. If you can do all of that and you feel it's really worth it, maybe you can consider it. But my final note on the subject is that as a debater who is opposing the motion, that it's better for you to stick with your monogamous relationship. Do your due diligence there. All the stress of communicating with 5 people, use it to communicate with this one person and let them completely know what your needs are and work together to achieve it fully. or at least to an extent that works for you.
Okay, so
Thank you very much.
So what I was saying is with these few points that you have given,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking to myself that this open relationship something, the people that are in monogamous relationship seem to have the point, but the people in monogamous relationship have not addressed the issue of what if the person in the relationship cannot provide that thing you are looking for. Just before you drop the mic, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with that?
Should not be an open relationship.
How you deal with that? We talked about the pre and the post. The pre being before you go and make a commitment to somebody and say, I'm marrying you. You have to do your due diligence. Don't just wake up and say, oh, I like this person. He feels awesome and so on. I'm getting into a relationship with him. I'm going to marry him, full stop. And then you go. No, you shouldn't do that. You should take time to get to know this person and check up front the things that are important to me, the things that are needs for me. Can this person meet them? So when you have struck off the most important, the crucial issues, the other things, look at it. Can I communicate this with this person well enough to be able to address other needs that we may not have been able to confirm before the marriage?
No,
right?
but you're
And then when you,
already.
yes, when you now, so I'm talking from the pre and the post. The post is after you have gotten married and you are now with this person and you see that, hey, I have needs, this person is not meeting. What do I do? You now have to communicate to the person. These are the things that I need. Of course, find, but you know the best time to communicate things that are tough, the ideal time to communicate things that are sensitive, your approach and stuff like that. And if you feel you're not very good at communicating, you can easily take a course on communication and then come back armed with that skill. You can actually start to say, this is important to me, that is important to me. Sometimes you yourself, you need to go and level up. Like on the sex matter, some people think, oh, put a man and a woman in the room, sex happens, it is fine, and it's expected to be 100%. No, there's learning to be had. So you might need to go and learn so that you can communicate appropriately with your spouse, right? And then you people start to work together. What can we do today? Which gap? Identify the gap. Which one can we close today? Which one can we close next week? Let's work little by little until both of us come to a place where it's like coming to a compromise. You can't always have every single thing you want, but you can get near enough.
No, well, she's on fire today.
Yes,
She's on fire today. Well, to say my own part. Anyway, so from what I heard you say, you are saying that some of the things that people are saying they are not satisfied with in their relationship are things that they can either get more information, or they can see a therapist, or they can see a consultant, or they can see a coach. So for sex, even in sex, there are sex therapists, there are sex consultants.
Yes.
We have those in our network, right, that can help you.
So if you need help with that, please just reach out.
Yes. We'll connect you. We have seasoned professionals.
Yes.
That is the day job. That is what they do on a norm. I know some people, especially Christian people that watch this show. Actually, there's a school where you learn how to have good, sweet Christian sex.
This is the time where I live.